Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Valagar Aloevain, back for some more Dungeons & Dragons Online. So here we are back in the sands. Again, you can access the sands either through your guild airship or in the market. There is an individual who can teleport you here. It's the Zwabi's Refuge in the Sands of Menektarm. Now, for this quest here, it is actually the pre-raid quest. In order to enter this quest, you do need to talk to this guy, who's kind of up on this tower with all the runes and all that stuff. Not really a tower, but platform. And you have to have completed the Wizard King to get the phylactery, the Chains of Flame to get the orb, and Offering of Blood to get the blood offering. With those three items, you can talk to him. Select I found one of these objects and turn them in. Once you've turned in all of them, you can then talk to him. And that is a big thing. Once you've turned them in, you gotta actually actively talk to him a second time, and that'll pick up the quest. Now the quest itself is located out in the sands, and it is a long run, so we will be running on our horses just to speed things up a little bit. Now I do want to point out before we get in there is it has been a tremendously long time since I've run this specific quest, so just bear with me if I don't have everything down exactly perfect. Main reason is one of the pre-flags, which is the Chains of Flame. I just hate that quest. And if you watch the video of me running it, I said it a lot too. Said that same thing. So here we are. This one I don't mind. And actually I find it kind of fun. But just due to the fact that you gotta run the other ones, it's just not high up on my list of quests that I typically run. So in order to get to the quest, most of the traveling is identical to running to Offering of Blood. In fact, we actually got to run right near there in order to get to that area.
For one hoping to end their existence, a ledge this high up is the perfect place to leap from.
Alright, so we're almost at that point. Again, we can check to see if we have the rares, and I'm just gonna stop and get some kills in, just to help us lower that alert level as well. Alright. So here is where Offering of Blood is, and that's just down where that Scarrow is. So instead of actually heading that direction, we're going to head off to the right, and we're going to want to cross the bridge there. And so from this point here, we will just leg it on foot. If you're really looking and still get a little lost, if you check out my video on Offering of Blood, I do a walkthrough on how to get to that quest there specifically. Alright, so once we cross that bridge and walk kind of down the ramp, we want to head up so that we can head across that bridge there as well. And then we're going to head between that gate there. As well, going this way, you'll find a few explorers. So there's obviously one at the Serpent's Bridge there. There'll be one passing into this area. And then, of course, the quest entrance itself. So once we're here, we're just going to want to follow their little bridge platforms. And we're going to want to do so all the way up the right side here. And then cross the bridge here with our fire elementals. Now once you get to these guys, you definitely know you've gone the correct way. And it's literally all the way at the end, right there, which is our quest entrance. Alright. So the explorer for this one is actually like way at the door. So sometimes you might just gotta run a little bit closer if you never got it. So here is the quest. So again, this is part of the pre-flag in order to run the actual Against the Demon Queen raid. But it is considered a quest with a maximum of 6 people allowed in the quest. So a lot of times what happens when people are ready to run the raid, you have to rerun this part here. So what people will do is they will break the raid up into 2 groups of 6 and run it that way. Alright, so the very first thing here, we're going to want to click on the sword, the Tome of the 6 Swords. Now it does have some information here. So here we have Poisoner is the first to draw blood. So you do want to make note of these right here. So I'm just going to quickly write that down. That's the Poisoner. Then we have Knight. Knight/Devious, because that's on the same line. Then we have Grasping and Hungry. And then finally, Mockery. Alright. So now you want to proceed into the main area. Now, what I do like about this quest is there are a lot of Ifrit, which is really, really handy if you are looking to, oh, you know what? I'm going to summon the hireling. It's really, really handy if you are looking to finish off your Ifrit monster manual. As again, you know, we just stepped in, there's already been 4. And there are definitely more further in. So the next thing you want to do is head up the giant staircase. And here we go with more Ifrit. So as you can see, we have 6 bridges. Each bridge at the very end has a crest. Now we do need to head down some of these paths. So basically, look at what they called it. So Poisoner. If you look at who we have Wolf, Snake, Scorpion. Which one is the Poisoner? So I do believe the Poisoner is the Snake. So we're going to want to start down the Snake path.
A plaque bearing a stylized snake is mounted above this door. You hear the slapping of many damp feet against stone. They're headed this way.
And they kind of, as you're walking underneath them for the first time, it will tell you which ones they are. So if you're not sure which crest it is, just make a note. Obviously, if you pick the wrong one, like it's gonna just be like you might not be able to check it again. And essentially you want to head down the path on each one and kind of complete the area. So here we got a fight. And then we can read the script. And then it's going to port us out. So we chose wrong. So the first one, that was not the poisoner. So when you do get these wrong choices, it will port you to this location here. And in here, it's just a series of jumps plus the guys at the bottom, which will eventually lead you up to the center here, where we can hit a switch, climb a ladder, and it puts us right back to the start. So, the snake wasn't the poisoner, which means it was probably the scorpion. So I'm just gonna quickly give ourselves top up heal. And that's essentially what it is. So, I mean, you can do trial and error and just go down every path, or you can try to work it out.
Bearing a stylized scorpion is mounted above this door.
And I do believe on the wiki they do have it kind of worked out which ones are which. But again, I try not to use it too much.
Away,
Alright. So yeah, as you can see here, breakaway floor. And if you walk around the edge, you can get around and actually get to that chest. Which does just contain some random loot. Nothing important, nothing special. And once you're done, you just want to hop down and kill the scorpions, or kill the remaining scorpions. Once you do, as you see, the gate opened up. And we just want to continue. Now, similarly to the other one, it's going to lead us to the end. Which, here's some traps. Really love the amount of traps that are here. Alright, so there we go. And just like before, it's going to kind of close the gate once we get in here. And it's going to put us up in a small little battle dome. So if you are wanting to get that conquest, I do believe you got to hit them all. And here we go. So click the flag. We got the correct one. Now it's going to pop up with the Rakshasa. And there we go. So now it's going to ask us for the second glyph, which now we go back to the book. And of course, at any time you can run back to the start and actually select the book and read it and go through that information. The other option is, now that it's asking for a second glyph, we can click on that thing and it would have teleported us back to the center here to re-go through this area here. Alright, so for the second one, we have Night and Devious. So we have a wolf, we have a bat. bat's kind of the embodiment of night. So I'm gonna actually head down. Yeah, gonna head down the bat one, as that to me is the only one that kind of symbolizes night. Oh, I love those traps. Yeah, so this quest definitely has a whole lot of traps, which are super, super annoying. For these ones here, I don't believe there's actually a box for them. I think you just gotta kind of sneak around the side walls and just avoid the big centers here, but I am gonna check to make sure. Yeah, there's not getting any boxes, so yeah, it's just avoiding going into the centers there, and oh boy, that's a lot of people. Alright, so here we are. Give ourselves a top up here. So yeah, as you can see, definitely can be annoying. Here. Again. Trap box. Just kind of hidden on the side. And again, it's going to be the same thing here as well. And as you can see, when you actually get the boxes themselves, it spawns in a bunch of these methods. So just be careful. Obviously, like I said, these quests are designed to be like a pre-raid to really test the limits of your character. And then again, same thing as before. Spawn in a whole bunch of enemies. Kill them off. And then you want to check the plaque. So here we are. We got it correct. So now we got our Prince of Swords again. He's dead. Now it's asking us for the third. So we can actually, again, like I said, oh, it's not letting us. Never mind. So yeah, best way out of here would then be using like a dimension door if you have access to it. It's either that or you gotta run back the long way. Could have sworn that you used to be able to teleport out. Alright, so the next one we have is Grasping and Hungry. So we have these two. I can't tell which one is which. I think that's that one. I'm gonna see what this one is. This one is... yeah, this is the Octopus. Grasping and Hungry. That is the Octopus. So this one here, as you see, it's a water trial.
The water in these flooded tunnels is cold and oily.
So you kind of want to make your way through. So in here,
a lever hidden among the submerged blocks of stone.
Yes, there is, but there we go. So that opens the one to our south.
Gates slam shut all around you.
Here we are. Another lever. here, and as you can see, we start having some traps. Now in here, we're also gonna have that iron key, which we do need to get. Once we have that, we can actually, or actually before, we can go and we can actually disable the giant blades here. And then we can swim up, heading north. Got a little secret door here for a free chest. Now, once we have the iron key, we are able to proceed through this door here, which has another lever. Pulling that lever will allow us to continue south. Leading up and out of the water to our room here. Basically our battle room. Where the game says at us, it's only tentacle monster, which is our mind flayers. And again, we want to click on the sigil, and we actually got it wrong. So again, because we got it wrong, oh, that's not good. It puts us down here, which as you see, it also respawns in the enemies. So yeah, it's very dangerous to get these answers incorrect. As, you know what, you guys can get pretty overwhelmed pretty quickly. So, grasping and hungry. Yeah, I was thinking it might be wolf there as well. Or snake. I'm just gonna run back and actually read the book again here to see if we can't get some additional clues. So grasping strikes close to hungry. So it should be close to the hungry one. So Poisoner is the scorpion, Knight is the bat, Mockery would be the... There. Devious and hungry. Grasping strikes. Yeah, we'll try the wolf and see how that one goes. If not, I'm thinking snake. Because they said it's close to hungry. So I can definitely see wolf being hungry. Like, you know, hungry like a wolf. And a snake will grasp you. Yeah, so you know what? We've already cleared snake. Let's run through snake quick and check that one there. Again, on the wiki it will tell you which ones are which. But essentially you just read through the book, it'll tell you the Poisoner is this one is this one, so on and so forth. as you can see, the only thing you do have to repeat is the actual fight at the very end when you enter in, obviously, this room here. Alright, so here we are trying it for grasping, and it is not. So yeah, it could very well be the wolf. Alright, so let's head down wolf. Of course Wolf wants to say let's do wolf.
Bearing a stylized wolf is mounted above
Alright.
this door. You hear frantic scratching and whining from the cages along this hallway.
Alright. As well, if you are looking to get that breakable, again, you do want to head into all these rooms here. Alright, moment of truth. Is this the grasping? It definitely is. Alright, so there's our now fourth one. And then finally we have Mockery, which is the monkey. Because who mocks you more than a monkey? That's that. Here we go. And then at that point, we would have actually done them all.
Bearing a stylized monkey is mounted above this door. Shrieks, howls, and peals of vicious laughter echo all around you.
Alright, so for this one we are heading north. Man, you gotta love that lightning. Alright, so I'm gonna actually give myself some lightning resistance here. Which should definitely help out in the not dying section.
portcullis rising to the south.
Alright. So we also have a little hidden door, which should have some free loot. So from here we do want to head south, like they had suggested. Or like they had mentioned, with the portcullis opening. So unfortunately we were not fast enough. I forgot that it was a timed lever. So we do want to pull that again and head south as fast as possible. Alright. So as well, you can see each room is kind of like also geared towards what it is. So it's monkey, there's lots of climbing. With the octopus, there was underwater swimming. It's kind of a lot of that, you know, similarity for its area. So for this one here, again, just like before, it's going to be climbing and then a timed gate there. So we'll pull the lever, and then we got to head to the eastern section of the room. Oh, and unfortunately Wolf did not quite make that, so we'll just give him a second here for him to pull the lever and head on in here. So this one here, as you see, gives you a lot less time. You do it one more time, I'll step out. That way if you get trapped again there, I can just go ahead and pull that. Set the hireling to the... Oh, made it. Alright. Here we are. And use the glyph. This was not the correct one. Okay. I'm gonna have to go back and read the book, because Mockery should have been the correct one. One good bit about this though, because we've now cleared all of the paths, we are, before we do that, there is rem chest. A couple of rem chests. Alright. So now that we've done that one, I'm going to quickly read the book again and see exactly what it says for the fourth one. See if we can't get some more clues as to what it should be. So Mockery deals the killing blow. So, the killing blow, the only other thing I can think of is possibly Snake. Just a remark about the killing blow. One thing is they don't repeat ones that have been completed. So we've done Scorpion, we've done Wolf, we've done Bat. Obviously there is still, we just checked Monkey, so it's either the Snake or the Octopus. We'll try the Snake one here again. Just because it is an easier fight, so if it isn't Snake, then at least it wasn't a difficult fight. And then we're kind of very limited as to what it could be at that point. As you can see, the amount of XP for this quest, it's actually not terrible. And if you're not bumbling around as much as I am here, with getting which correct rune. Yeah, so it's not Snake. I mean, one thing is, we are getting a lot of rem chests for doing this. We got another 2 at the bottom again. Man, if we do this long enough, this place will be nothing but chests at the bottom here. Alright. So it's not Snake, it's not Wolf, it's not Scorpion. It is either Octopus, and it's not Monkey, so it's gotta be Octopus here. So again, because we have cleared the path, it's not as difficult now. This one wasn't too difficult to begin with. Alright, it was this way. Okay. Alright, so this should be it at this point. There we are. And we've now destroyed them. Recite the glyphs for the 5th sword. Ooh. Grasping. That's why we were doing them slightly out of order. So it was Knight, not Knight Devious, it was Knight and then Devious. So that's why we would have had the Wolf. The Wolf is Devious. Grasping, which was this one here, which was that. That's why. So now we're gonna have Hungry, which we have, which should be the Snake, and then finally Mockery. So we were slightly out of order there. Yeah, it all comes down to the order which those capitalized letters were coming out. And they don't repeat. Alright, so here we are. So again, I do apologize for the little bit of confusion. I will post a link to the wiki in the description here. That way, obviously, there's a lot less confusion about which ones, like which word attributes to which one. So yeah, when it does have, so it has night and devious in the same line, you would use night and then devious, and then grasping and then hunger. Alright, and then finally we would have our mockery at the very end, which is our monkeys. So it comes down to just knowing when to hit the levers and so on. Alright, so here we are, pulling lever number 1. And then I'll just get our hireling at the lever. And there we go. So now that we've completed all 6, finally, again, I do apologize for taking so long. We're now going to basically fight the boss of this section. So for that we need to head back to the main chamber. And then we would be heading up the staircase.
Six plaques are arrayed above this gate, each bearing the stylized image of an animal.
At this point, it does give you a shrine, so if you do need to rest, now is the best time to do it. So I am definitely gonna go ahead and top up on those spell points, as we're about to fight essentially the boss of this this quest here.
And eagerness.
And here we are.
You look upon the mighty form of the Valagar Queen Layla. Her Rakshasa consort stands confidently by
So you
her
want to
side.
walk up and initiate a conversation with them. Wait until they finish their talk. And then it activates the kind of the side guys here. At which point she then becomes active. Now, looking at her, she is a purple name, so she is considered a raid difficulty enemy. And yeah, she is quite a pain. As you see, she tore me a new one on a singular attack. I think it's cold iron actually. Yeah, so demon, cold iron bypass. And it's essentially just a beatdown. But again, super, super difficult fight. Especially for at level. There we go. So once you defeat her, she kind of ports herself out. So I'm just gonna give us a buff. Because I forget if you gotta fight her again now, or if that actually is the raid part where you gotta fight her again. But you step in the circle, and it'll take you to the other area, and as you enter, there we are. So she fights you again, yeah. And it's just, yeah, it's a difficult fight. Like she's difficult to beat that first time. Second time, I mean, it's essentially the same thing. Just you gotta do it again. Luckily, we are a range style character, making it a little bit easier as she is slow. And we can just take her out from a distance. If, however, she does get close, she does get an attack with each of those 6 blades. So it is really annoying. Once you kill her, that's it. Like, you know, we almost got 40k out of that. It did take us 41 minutes, so I mean, part of that though was just due to the fact that we ended up repeating those rooms. Again, I will post a link to the wiki page in the description. That way you guys will have a little bit less of that running around to do. From here, all we gotta do is finish out. We would go back to town, turn in the quest, in which case the guy would now bestow the raid upon you. Alright, well, I hope you guys found this, you know, at least a little bit helpful, and I look forward to see you guys again. Alright, have a good one all.